If you can change one thing in your life, what would it be and why?
My age. Well, your assumption is wrong, because I will keep working until about 5 years after I die, and I've given the directors a Ouija board, and they'll be in touch.
It seems to a lot of people that in both your companies, the success is driven by your enthusiasm and your leadership skills. How do you see your organizations in the post-Buffett and post-Gates era, and how do you prepare your companies for that period?
Well, your assumption is wrong, because I will keep working until about 5 years after I die, and I've given the directors a Ouija board, and they'll be in touch. But the Ouija board it doesn't work. We have outstanding people that can do what I do. And we've got the people identified to do that, and the board of directors of Berkshire knows who they are. And in fact, I've got a letter. I've already sent out a letter that tells what should be done, and I've got another letter that's addressed, which will go out at the time, and it starts out, "Yesterday I died," and then it just tells what the plan for the company is, and it's all taken care of. It's all written. I put down at the bottom of it, I put "dictated but not read."
If you can change one thing in your life, what would it be and why?
My age. I never look back. I just don't. I don't worry about anything. I mean, so I consider myself unbelievably lucky. So the idea of saying I could have even been a little luckier if this or that had happened, I could have been a lot better looking, or I could have been a better athlete, or all that stuff. But so what? You play the hand you get. You play it as well as you can, and you're thankful if you're lucky enough. The odds were, when I was born, the odds were over 50-1 against me being born in the United States. I mean, I had a 2% probability. If I'd known that, I might have given up and not come out. I mean, but here it was. I was lucky enough to be born here, and I was lucky enough to have two terrific parents, and they raised the three kids in a way that helped me enormously in life. So, I mean, when you got all that going for, I just don't think you look back and think about anything that could be changed better. I'm thankful.
Isn't there at least one bridge hand you would have played differently?
Well, I have a partner who says I should have played every bridge hand differently. I asked her one time, I said, "How should I play that hand?" And she said, "Under an assumed name."
In light of public controversy that's caused a lot of confusion in my mind and has polarized most of my friends and associates, and perhaps has caused one or both of you to lose some sleep, I'd like to ask you to share your perspective of what purpose or what appropriate role antitrust legislation should play in American business.
I am no antitrust scholar. I think well, I met Bill 8 years ago, and he's a terrific teacher, and so he spent about 6 or 7 hours explaining his business to me. And he actually, I mean, here I am, the world's biggest dummy on technology, but he explained it to me pretty darn well. And when he got through with it, I bought 100 shares of stock just to keep track of him. And I think that shows two things. One is that I've got an IQ of about 50. And the second is, I didn't think he had any monopoly.
Hypothetically, if you were to lose everything today, keep everything in the past, but right now starting fresh, and you could only keep 3 things in your life, tangible or intangible, what 3 would those be?
Well, I'm not sure how you define the 3. I mean, you'd like to know everything that you now know. I mean, because what essentially the things I've applied in the past are going to be applicable in the future. This may sound, if I lost it all without losing any money of any other people, it wouldn't bother me a lot. If I took other people down with me, it would kill me. I mean, that is the one thing that would just that would destroy him, because I wouldn't be able, I'm not sure I'd recover from that. But if it was just my money, it wouldn't make any difference at all because I'd keep living about the same. Have to give up the plane.
I'd give you a job.
Yeah, but I mean, I eat the same way everybody in this room eats. You know,
He eats a lot worse than you guys do.
Well, depends how you define worse, but I think you're right. And you can get, I mean, in terms of medical care or anything, there's very little difference in how the people in this room live now and are going to live in the next 10 years than the way I do. So I wouldn't miss anything. I mean, I would like to keep playing the game because I enjoy it. So if I had the knowledge that I've had that gotten me here and I had anything to work with at all, and I could probably talk somebody into giving me a few bucks to start it. But I would have a lot of fun playing the game again. I mean, it might be, you know, I'm not sure I want to follow your experiment, but I think it'd be just about as much fun as what I do. Yeah, as long as people didn't go down with me, that would be no fun.